rest for the wicked, folks, as we enter matchday number 1, part 2 for the World Cup qualifying campaign out in Qatar. Will your country get off to a fantastic start, or will they be playing catch-up? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we take a look at matchday number 1.2 for the European stage of the World Cup qualifying campaign out in Qatar. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, and smash your subscribe button to all things Blackburn Rovers related, World Cup in Qatar related, world football as a whole related. We got it all here under one Ruski. That's right. Of course, yesterday we took a look at match number 1.1. Of course, the matches that will take place on 24th of March. But today we're going to take a look at the games that will take place on March the 25th. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Of course, a VIP shout out to the guys behind the scenes, the Patreons. That's right. Thank you very much for your continued support as we try to kick on another level. And of course, this is a big part of the future for the channel, the World Cup in Qatar. We'll be revisiting it each and every match day. And of course, looking forward to the tournament itself. Of course, if you are interested in becoming the latest member of the Patreon gang, check out the links down below. And of course, feel free to join the Patreon gang. And again, before you go anywhere, guys, before you bloody go anywhere, if you didn't see yesterday's video, I've got to stop right there. That's right, stop, get your attention, all eyes on me, all eyes on me. That's right. Of course, this is a prediction league, a prediction video with its own prediction league, but we're doing it different. Of course, we have each and every one of these match days will have their own separate link you'll go to get your predictions in if you want to compete in the prediction league. Of course, usually we stick them in the old comment section. I'll go in there one by one and add up your score lines and all that kind of stuff. And to be fair, that takes a whole lot of time, and I don't really have that time, especially throwing this into the mix. I've got a big old schedule of videos that I want to make, and I've got a bigger schedule of stuff I have to do for myself behind the scenes for other bits and pieces. So this is hopefully going to be the way forward for the predictions in the future, but I need your support by expressing yourself by going to the links and participating that way. Feel free to continue to post your predictions in the comment section. I do appreciate them. I'll scan them and I'll prove them, and I'll give them a thumbs up if I think they get pretty good or whatever, but ultimately they will not get entered into the prediction league. So check it all out. What is he talking about? Well, I'll show you in just a second. What am I talking about? Well, here it is, boys. Here's the lineup for matchday number 1.2, the games that will take place, I believe, on, of course, the 25th of March, which is the Thursday. And as you see at the top of the screen there is a link to where the Google form is. You go in there, you click on the link, and it's also in the description down below. And then you submit your picks in, and it goes through. It gets automated at the end of it. I put the scores in at the end, and then of course we'll have all the data put into a table. And it'll be quick, piece as pie, no time consuming whatsoever, and it'll give me the ability to, of course, get the videos out in quick time, and of course get more content for you guys to get involved in. So it's just for the better for you, and also for the better for me. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to jump straight in the deep end. Of course, get cracking with, of course, the latest round of picks right here and now. Yesterday we took a look at the tables and stuff like that, but this one we have more games to cover, so let's get cracking. Kicking it off with, of course, Sweden up against Georgia, again taking place on, of course, Thursday the 25th of March. Of course, these nations are actually in one of those, Group B, of course, kicking us all off. Let's get into it. Where is it? There it is. Of course, play each other, of course. This first time these two nations have locked horns, of course, and of course it's the return of Zlatan, which will be very, very exciting to see. Of course, heading into this, though, Georgia have actually failed to win the last 17 matches in the World Cup qualifying, and of course they're coming to this on the back of a 4-game winless run, of course, in the Nations League, picking up 3 draws, though, in that 4-match run. As for Sweden, they come into this winning 2 out of the past 6 games, beating the likes of Russia in a friendly all the way back in October 2020, and also picking up a win against Croatia in November the same year. So not too much to get excited about these two nations. Of course, they both want to get off to a fantastic start. But of course, the bookmakers' odds on this one, we have Sweden 5-1 on. They are your Stone Cold Favorites. 92 is your draw. 92 is your Georgia. The long shots. But who will get off to a fantastic start in Group B? Well, for me, it's going to be Sweden with a comfortable 3-0 win, and maybe even a Zlatan goal. Next, of course, we have Spain up against Greece, of course, in the same group. Of course, where is that sucker? I'm blind as a bloody bat. Of course, out in Group B. Played each other 5 times, to my knowledge, in recent years anyway. Of course, 3 wins for Spain, 1 win for Greece, and 1 draw. Last time around, though, in Spain was a 1-0 win for Greece. That was all the way back in 2003 in the Euros, first the qualifying campaign back then. Stanios Giannakopoulos on the score sheet for, of course, Greece back in the day. Stelianos Konstantinos Ventindis got himself sent off in that match way back when. Of course, last time they played each other, though, both home or away, it was a 2-1 win for Spain back in, of course, 2008. Spain, though, undefeated in their last 15 matches in the FIFA World Cup qualifying campaigns, and they come into this on the back of one defeat the past 6. The one defeat was against Ukraine. In fact, just one win the past 4 games for Spain in recent times. Of course, that one win, though, was against Germany. Meanwhile, Greece coming to this on an unbeaten run of 5 games, picking up 3 wins and 2 draws to boot. And, of course, this could be a start of a new era for Greece. I don't anticipate them to get a win on this one. 7-1 on is your odds for Spain for the victory. 30-2 is your draw. 16-1 is your Greece on this one. Greece will lose this one. Spain take the 3 points and keep up the heat with, of course, Sweden. Next up, we're, of course, Bulgaria taking, of course, Switzerland out in Group C. Let's get into this one now. Of course, played each other 3 times, according to my knowledge, in recent years anyway. One win for Switzerland, 2 draws and nothing for Bulgaria. Last time around in Bulgaria was a 0-0 draw back in 2011. Of course, last time I played each other was also a 3-1 win for Switzerland in Switzerland. Heading into this, though, the Swiss coming to this 1 win in the past 6 games. That 1 win was against Ukraine in the Nations League. Prior to that, 4-game winless run, especially in the Nations League. Not much going on there. Meanwhile, 1 win in the past 5 for Bulgaria. That was against Gibraltar, 3-0 win. Also, just 1 defeat past 3 as well, losing to Finland as well. Again, it's just like Greece, cracking opportunity to start a new campaign fresh. I was brought up on the year of Bulgaria being a decent country out in Europe, with the likes of Stoichkov, Lechkov and all that stuff. I'm going to show my age a little bit there. And of course, Dima Berbatov to a later point. But they haven't had the best of campaigns in recent times, and I do expect them to struggle here. I don't know of any major Bulgaria. I might be missing some mega star at the minute for Bulgaria, but to be honest with you, I think they will struggle, and I think they'll struggle with this one against the Swiss. Of course, bookies odds on this one: 5-1 for Bulgaria, 2-1 on is your Swiss, 3-1 is your draw. For me, I'm going to go with the 2-1 win though for Switzerland, away from home, 3 points in the bag, get their start, fantastic start to their campaign. Next, of course, we have Italy, taking of course Northern Ireland over in Italy. Of course, these two sides have played each other just 4 times in recent years. Of course, 3 wins for the Italians, nothing for Northern Ireland, and 1 draw. That draw was, of course, in Northern Ireland last time around. Of course, last time around, though, in Italy was a 3-0 win, of course, back in October 2011. 3-0 back in the day. Goal scorers on the day for Italy: Antonio Cassano with a couple of goals there, Gareth McCauley with a big for OG. Northern Ireland have actually had to score the last 3 matches in the World Cup qualifying. Of course, heading into this, though, Italy unbeaten the last 6, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws to boot. Meanwhile, Northern Ireland without a win in 4 out of all games, losing 3 out of the past 4. Their only positive was a draw against Romania on the road. Look at the bookies' odds on this one. Italy will be stone cold favourites, 30-2 on this one, 60-1, 32 on that is, 60-2, 16-1 is your long shot start Northern Ireland, 6-1 is the draw. Just like Switzerland, they'll need to get off to a fantastic start. Italy will win this one comfortably, 3-0 in the end. Next up, of course, Israel taking on, of course, Denmark out in Group F. Let's get into this one now, shall we? Of course, played each other 2 times in recent years. Of course, 2 wins out of 2 for Denmark, including a 2-0 win last round in Israel, which was a friendly back in March 2006. Goal scorers on that day was, of course, Kenneth Perez and, of course, Morton Skubo get the goals to Denmark. Of course, I don't know even if they're anywhere near. I don't know if they're still playing. Of course, Denmark have actually drawn the last 3 matches. That was 15 years ago, so doubtful. Denmark have actually drawn the last 3 matches in the World Cup qualifying. Of course, Israel have actually lost their last 5, the last 6 matches in the World Cup. Coming into this, though, Denmark just 1 defeat the past 6 games. The 1 defeat was against Belgium in the Nations League. Meanwhile, 2 wins and out of 2 defeats the past 4 games for Israel. Have them maybe believing that they could cause an upset, of course, for them. They come into this the last 3 home games for Israel, just 1 defeat past 3. The 1 defeat was against the Czechs. Look at the bookies' odds on this one then. What do we have on this one? We have Israel coming out of this 7-2 for the victory, 5-4 on is your Denmark, 23-10. 5-4 on that is, of course, 23-10 is your draw. Difficult one for Denmark to navigate this one. I do think they'll win though, 3-1 in the end to give themselves 3 points to start off the campaign in tremendous style. Next up, of course, Moldova taking goes to the Faroes in the battle of the strugglers. Again, a good opportunity to get them 3 points on the board. Either side, of course, heading into this, they've never played each other in the past. Faroe Islands have actually failed to win 35 of the last 38 matches in the World Cup qualifying, whereas Moldova actually failed to score in the last 4 in their World Cup adventures. Faroes also failed to score in the last 6 of the last 8. Moldova actually lost the last 4 as well in the World Cup qualifying. Heading into this, though, the Faroes just 1 defeat the past 5. That 1 defeat was against Lithuania over in Lithuania. Meanwhile, Moldova come to this without a win in at least 6 competitive matches, including friendlies, losing 5 out of that 6. So chance for Faroes to cause an upset. The bookies' odds on this one then, shall we? 29-20 for the host, 2-1 is your Faroes, 15-8 is your draw. Difficult one, this one really is. But I'm going to go with Moldova at home to take the 2. It could go either way. You know what? I think Faroes have got a chance on this one, but ultimately I'm going to go with Moldova just because the Faroes, in my eyes, traditionally are chief whipping boys. Of course, Scotland taking, of course, Austria this week, or match day 1.2 over in Scotland, I believe. Anyway, played each of the last 4, 1 win for Scotland, 2 for Austria, 2 and 1 draw last round. In Scotland was a 2-0 win for Austria back in April 2003. Kushler and Haas on the score sheet. That was over 17, 18 years ago. Meanwhile, Scotland, though, undefeated in the last 6 matches in the FIFA World Cup qualifying. Coming into this, though, Scotland, back-to-back defeats, losing to Slovakia and, of course, losing to Israel. But guess what? They made it through to the to the Euros, which, of course, is exciting for them. Meanwhile, Austria coming into this, winning 5 of the past 6 games. Their only other hiccup was a draw against Norway, and that was last time around. But they're proven to be a different beast this time. Of course, got some really good players, Austria, these days. 6-5 for Scotland for the victory. 2-1 is your Austria, 12-5 is draw. Scotland are favourites on this one. I think I'm going to go with the bookies with the 2-1 win at home. And again, there's question marks about who will come make the trip from Austria to Scotland. We'll see when that game comes around. Kicking off order, though, we have Andorra against Albania. This is over in England's group, I believe, which is Group I. Played each other 3 times in recent times. Of course, nothing for Andorra, 2 for Albania and 1 draw. Last time around in Andorra was a 3-0 win for Albania back in March 2019. Goal scorers on the day were Arman Sadiku on the score sheet with Bekem Balaji and, of course, Armir Arabashi getting the goals for Albania as they took the 3 points in the Euro qualifying campaign back in March. Andorra, though, losing 30 of the last 32 World Cup qualifying campaign matches, of course, failing to score in 19 last 21 as well. They come into this losing 4 on the spin, losing the Faroes, Portugal 7-0, Malta, and, of course, Latvia 5-0. Just scoring 1 goal in the past 5 competitive matches, and that was against Malta. Meanwhile, Albania coming into this winning 3 on the spin, beating Kosovo, beating Kazakhstan, beating Belarus in all competitions and friendlies, and they'll fancy the chances to put some goals past Andorra. Bookies odds on this one then, 72 for Andorra, 10-3 on is your Albania. Stone Cold Faroes, 18-5 is your draw, and of course Albania will get the win, 3-0, being conservative, it could be more than that. But we'll start with that. Next, of course, England taking across San Marino, same group, Group I. Of course, played for the last 4, and it's been a comfortable win, each one of them for England, including an 8-0 win in San Marino back in 2013. The last time played for them, though, on English soil was a 5-0 win for England back in 2014. It was October. Goal scorers on the day was Phil Jagielka, Rooney, Welbeck, Townsend, and Alex Della Valle with a big fat OG giving San Marino nothing. San Marino, though, have actually lost the last 43 matches in the World Cup, failing to score in 25 of the last 28. They also consider these 3 goals in the last 9, so they're actually there for the taking, of course. However, just 1 defeat past 3 games for San Marino. That 1 defeat was against Latvia, 3-0 loss, but they haven't scored a goal in forever. I don't even know when they last scored. As for England, they're coming to this on the back of 2 wins of the past 4 games, losing to Denmark and losing to Belgium in the Nations League. Also pick up wins against Ireland and, of course, Iceland. And both of those games were at home. They'll fancy the chances to put a number down here on San Marino. Of course, the bookies odds will be, where are you? 200-1 on for England, of course, 100-1 for San Marino, and 40-1 is your draw. Of course, I've gone with a 6-0 win here for England over San Marino. It could be more. It could even be double digits if England play it right. Of course, you don't want to embarrass anybody, but goals. These oppositions, especially in a group like this with the likes of who else is in it? Who else is in this? Hungary and Poland. They will want to put some goals past them as well to improve their chances to go through to the next stage, of course. Next up, of course, we're Hungary up against Poland in the same group. Difficult one, this one for Poland to kick it all off. Played for the last 5, 1 for Hungary, 2 for Poland, and 2 draws last time around. In Hungary, it was a 2-1 win for Poland back in, of course, 2003. Netherlands with a couple of goals there, and Emir Sabrijic on the score sheet for, of course, Hungary way back 17, 18 years ago, of course. Heading into this, though, Poland back-to-back defeats, losing to Italy and, of course, the Netherlands in a very, very difficult Nations League group. Meanwhile, Hungary coming to this unbeaten in the last 4, picking up 2 wins and 2 draws to boot. Look at the bookies odds on this one. I have Hungary 5-2 for the victory, 23-20 is your Poland, 2-1 is your draw. Of course, Hungary have got a couple of little good golden gems coming through the works right now, and there could be a difficult opposition for Poland to kick it all off. I've gone with a 2-2 draw on this one to give themselves an unbeaten start, but of course Poland will consider this 2 points dropped. Into the final group, here we go, of course, Group J, Germany taking, of course, Iceland, and must-win game for Iceland, I think. Of course, played each other twice, 1 win for Germany, 1 draw, nothing for Iceland. Last time around in Germany, it was a 3-0 win for Germany back in, of course, 2003. Balak, Bobic, and Kuriani on the score sheet for, of course, Germany back in the day. Of course, heading into this, Iceland coming into this on the back of a 4-game losing run, losing to Denmark, Belgium, Iceland, and England. Not scoring many goals in the process, just scoring 2 goals in the past 4 games. Meanwhile, Germany coming into the back of this of just 1 defeat past 6. That 1 defeat was against Spain. Joachim Löw, I believe, will take control of these games, of course, throughout until the Euros. But after the Euros, he will hand over the reins to somebody else. Bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Germany coming into this 9-1 on for the victory, 17-1 is your Iceland, 7-1 is the draw. Germany will win this one 3-1. Iceland will get a goal and make it a little bit dicey, but unfortunately, Germany will go through. through. Next up, of course, Liechtenstein against Armenia. Of course, Liechtenstein will be the chief whipping boys of this. Played each other 4 times, though, picking up a couple of draws over Armenia in the process, but losing 2 as well in the last 4. Last round in Liechtenstein was a draw back in, of course, October 2019. Tiligan and Bagashan on the score sheet, of course, Armenia, Yannick Frick as well. This was in the Euro qualifying campaign. Heading into this, though, Liechtenstein have actually lost the last 14 matches in the FIFA World Cup qualifying. They've also failed to score in the last 7. They come into this, though, just, 2 defeats in the past 6 games for Liechtenstein, losing to Gibraltar and, of course, losing to Malta. Both of those games, no, there's no both of the games in that. As for Armenia, back-to-back wins, beating Georgia and beating North Macedonia again in the Nations League. Look at the bookies' odds on this one. I think Liechtenstein will be your underdog. 72 for the victory, 4-1 is your Armenia, 4-1 is your draw. Armenia will get a chief whipping, boys, out of these one. 3-0 win over Liechtenstein to give themselves a fantastic start. Be sure to get your picks in, of course, using the link above or in the description down below. Check it all out. And then wrapping up, it'll be Romania up against Northern Ireland, of course, Northern Macedonia, should I say. Played the last 3, of course. We've got 2 wins for Romania, 1 win for North Macedonia. And last time played in Romania was a friendly back in 2010. It was a 1-0 win for North Macedonia. Vance Sikov on the score sheet, of course, Macedonia, giving them the win. However, heading into this, just 1 win in the past 4 games for Macedonia. That was against Estonia. They come into the back of this of losing to Armenia in the Nations League. Meanwhile, Romania come into this on the back of a 3-game unbeaten run, beating the likes of Belarus, Norway as well, and also forcing a draw against Northern Ireland. The bookies' odds on this one we have 64 on for Romania, 4-1 is your North Macedonia, long shots 35 is your draw. For me, Romania will open up a campaign with a 2-0 win, and again, a good chance for the likes of this nation and the likes of Hungary, the likes of Bulgaria to get themselves off to a fantastic start to give their nation the best chance to make it to Qatar in 2022. Be sure to get your picks in using the link above, and of course the one down below. Or if you're a bit savvy like me, you're watching this on a bigger screen, you can get your mobile phone out, snap a picture of the QR code, it'll take you right to the link, and then you can get your picks in that way. That's it, my friends. That's all I've got for you for matchday number 1.2. We'll come back and revisit matchday number 1.1 on the conclusion of those matches, and then we'll kick it on forward to matchday number 2.1 and 2.2 once those games are done and dusted. And then we'll keep it on further until matchday number 3, and then that'll be it for this part of the old international break. But until then, be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below on Twitter, Facebook, and of course Twitch. And again, if you want to support the channel in another way, you could become the latest member of the Patreon. That's it, my friends. Until next time, see you soon. Smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, get in your picks wherever they are. Until then, I'm out.